Go listen to all my music. It's the codes of self-esteem. It's the codes of who you are. If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going, to make you believe that you can overcome that situation that you're dealing with all the time. I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything, and I'm Kanye West at age 36. So just watch the next 10 years. I don't expect to be understood at all. I think that there's people who are wired by their parents to understand what I'm saying, and there's people who are wired by their parents to reject what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean that after I make what I'm saying, that they won't use it, because they will. If I see something, I see an opportunity, I'm gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna die one day. So we live like that. Live like you could die tomorrow. Go for it. Yeah, I say, I am a new slave. You could be a slave to a lot of things. At this point, obviously, I'm a slave to my passion. I'm a slave to my mission. It's funny, you drive in a Maybach past a homeless person, you ask who's more free. You could be trapped to your possessions. You gotta do this next deal because you gotta do this with your house, and you gotta get this car, and you gotta keep up. Everybody stay next to you, last name is Jones, and you trying to keep up with all of them. And that's what it's like to be a celebrity. Every rap is about how much money you make, how many cars you got, what house you got. Rappers and musicians trying to compete with ball players with way bigger contracts. Meanwhile, the music is the Titanic that's going down like this. And everybody, from the execs to the musicians, are running around trying to see how they can still keep that certain house level, that certain car level, that certain thing up. And of course, for me, I'm blessed and I'm privileged because I made such a powerful impact that I can make a certain amount on tour. How about us as a people? We can't do it on our own. We have to understand that we're not each other's enemy. We have to stop discriminating against each other due to class and due to race and due to location or financial, position. We have to say, wow, that is the best version. Let's use it. Let's bring it to light. Let's move forward. Let's push forward as a civilization. Because we're so jacked up on our own egos and so misguided by mainstream, marketing, we don't know what the fuck is real. We'd be apt to get into a fight this quick for the dumbest reason. Definitely something that's like racially, this or gender set, it's like we're pitted against each other. We're mentally not in a place to be accepting, to not be jealous. And that part of that jealousy and that frustration that goes across an entire globe is due to some of these other high corporation level limitations. Everybody is being served the nasty lunch food. It is the glass shattering of the class system, which is the new racism. Class is the new way to discriminate against people, to hold people down, to hold people in their place based on where their kids go to school, how much money they make, what they drive, where they live, and what type of clothes they have. To somehow say that this person right here means more than this person. Like I know I know I tweeted, Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter. Like my doorman is more important to me than any head of any company. He keeps us safe. My driver keeps us safe and goes to work every day. The guy painting the windows, at the house, he is just as important as anyone else that walks in that house and grabs a glass of champagne. Fusion is the future, period. The mixing of ideas, the mixing of the two lunch tables working together. Humanity, period, man. We're one people. Exclusivity is the new N-word. Not exclusivity. That is the new N-word. Because nothing should be exclusive. Everyone should have an opportunity to drink from the same fountain. The idea of exclusivity is a new colored people fountain concept. And saying, we're gonna overcharge sneaker culture guys to, drink at the right fountain. We have to reboot our mentality, period, of a generation. It wouldn't even matter if I sold one sweatshirt, as long as this interview gets done and kids hear this and know this. And someone in a position of power, or someone that will be in a position of power in the future, has a chance to make a difference. And that they saw that someone who was at their lowest point, grabbing at straws, expressed themselves freely and overcame it through all adversity. All adversity means that they can do the same thing. When this goes online or whatever it is, it really matters, and it like really doesn't matter. What matters is, the people who are sparked by it, and the people who are like offended by it. It doesn't fucking matter. Fuck you, because it's about motivating the doers. And anyone that wants to sit around and talk shit, taking too much time talking shit about it, instead of getting up off their ass and following their dreams. It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people? If you're scared of like positivity and creativity, I have no intent to do anything negative to anyone. I only want, more positive things to happen. I'm not in a competition with anyone. None of us will be remembered. Our existence as a race, humanity, period, is a blip, a millisecond of our life in the entire scope of the universe. All these walls that keep us from loving each other as like one family, as one race, racism, religion, where we grew up, whatever it is. What makes us be so selfish, prideful? What makes us not want to help the next man? What makes us, be so focused on a personal legacy as opposed to an entire legacy of a race? The dinosaurs aren't remembered for much more than their bones. So for when humanity's gone, what do we give to this little planet that we're on? And what could we do collectively? Removing the pride. So many people are just so fucking obvious. They don't even realize that when they box me in or try to verbally put me in some type of box, that they're really showing their level of ignorance. They're putting themselves in a box. And people can write all they want, but what are people doing? And if there's anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. And I'm like a motivation of the doers. If everything I did failed, just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. One thing that people can't say is they can't say, I'm not trying. And I'm not trying my hardest, and I'm not trying to do it the best way that I know how with what little information I get. I don't care about having a legacy. I don't care about being remembered. So the most important thing to me is while I'm here, while we're having fun, while we're going to sleep and breathing oxygen and living life and falling in love and having pain and having joy, is what can I do? What can I do with my voice? What can we do for each other to make life easier, make life doper for our kids, as they grow? We were born into a broken world, and we're like the cleanup crew.